I actually truly believe that one of the secrets to my power, even including my physique and my phenomenal health,
is brain power.
Is my brain power. I truly believe that I live in a state of constant war. I know this is going to sound crazy, but the way my mind works, the way my life is set up, the things I do, I constantly am ready for combat. And it doesn't make me a violent person. It means I just know I'm a target for certain entities, and I prepare myself mentally. And if your mind truly believes that a fight is coming, it will not let your body not be prepared for that fight.
That's how people are in shape in prison.
It will keep you ready. My body's like, no, we're not losing an inch of muscle. Doesn't matter if all he eats is donuts and smokes cigars. We need every single piece of fiber because war is coming. That's a mental frame that I've instilled within myself as top G. So there is no such thing. The Matrix tells you there's no body without the mind. You need a strong mind before you're gonna have a strong body. You can be hypnotized into strength.
Yeah, that is true.
You can be hypnotized into strength. You can genuinely be hypnotized into strength. Look at the people who have like learning disabilities. They believe they're strong, so look how strong they are.
Yeah.
It's like you can be hypnotized into strength. So I've been hypnotized into certain things.
So you have a learning disability.
Correct. I've hypnotized myself into certain things, and that's something I recommend every man do. All these people sitting at home have never tried to hypnotize themselves.
You have to believe things.
They've never, and they don't. Yeah. They think they believe, but they don't. And then there's the ones who do believe, but they're delusional. You have to make sure you don't walk the lines of delusion.
Yes.
It's a fine line, but if you get it right, I'll discuss more about the hypnosis on the EM live chat on Telegram.
These men are being raised, and they're not prepared for war. They're not prepared. They're not battle ready. And this is what's happened to a whole generation of men. They're literally simply not battle ready. They think life is supposed to be easy. They think their end goal is that they're supposed to be happy. And they don't realize that life is a fight. That's what it is. It's one big battle as a man. And that's how you have to prepare yourself. You can't be sitting there going, why am I not happy?
Unfortunately, and it's an unfortunate reality of the world, is that it's player versus player. Like if you go to a video game, if you play Call of Duty, right? There's 20 people in there, we're all trying to kill each other. And the world is very, very similar financially. I'm not saying we should be out here killing each other, but I'm trying to explain that there's a certain amount of resource and everyone's trying to get it. And I understand your perspective, but your perspective is feminine, as it should be because you're a woman, right? But the masculine imperative and the masculine perspective is you have to understand that life is war. It's a war for the female you want. It's a competition. Every man's trying to get her. It's a war for the car you want. It's a war for the money you want. It's a war for the status. It's a war. Masculine life is war. If you're a man who doesn't view life as war, you're going to lose. So as a man, you have to wake up and think, okay, everything I want, other men want. I have to outcompete every other man to get it. So how am I going to do that? Am I going to do that by living in the moment, ignoring my phone, having a fun picnic?
How did you stumble into fighting?
I lost my chess coach because my father stayed in America. So I lost my chess coach, and I decided to do something that's similar. And to me, chess is war. Kickboxing is war. It's one-on-one. There's no luck. There's no team that's there to help you or save you. And you have to be ruthless. You have to crush your opponent absolutely. And also another thing about chess and fighting that's completely the same is if you lose, somewhere you made a mistake. There's no luck involved. Right. Doesn't matter how good you were doing. There's no such thing as a lucky punch. If he catches you and you go, he's training to punch people in the face. He just punched you in the face. Yeah. There's no such thing as a lucky punch. Yeah. If you lose at some point in life, I was about to apply it to life. If you lose at some point in chess, you made a mistake. If you lose in fighting, at some point you made a mistake. And in life, I believe if you lose at some point in life, you got complacent, you made a mistake. Even with a complete black swan event like COVID, if you're going to allow yourself to be completely decimated and you did not have any kind of preparation plan or any kind of network that could help you or any kind of moves to make, you made a mistake. So I apply that. So when I couldn't play chess anymore, I thought, well, everything I love about chess, I can find in fighting. So I started beating people up. You have to just be that guy who's like, okay, life's war, so let's go to war. Yeah. If you're the kind of person who avoids war, you're never going to be successful. Success is war, and you're going to have to get used to it and get ready for it. Since the dawn of human time, every king who had an empire was at war. You're defending your empire, someone's trying to take it from you, so you have a choice. You can either be a king with an empire, and you can try and defend it and be at constant war, or you could not be a king, not have an empire, live inside of someone else's and pray they don't decide to decimate you. And that's it. So you have no choice. This idea you can avoid conflict and avoid war and avoid struggle and avoid stress and avoid court and avoid lawyers and avoid jail, all of that's fallacy. I knew I was going to eventually end up in jail just because I'm so successful and I'm so fucking brilliant.
Bro, you called that years ago.
I called it. I said, look,
years ago.
I'm doing too well. I'm too amazing. There's no way they're going to not let me. They're not going to put me in a cell. Yeah. That's how it works. So, but I've never been a coward. I'm not afraid of it.
I know. What I was going to say is nothing teaches you more about yourself than getting fucking punched in the face, bro. 100%. Nothing more, because
everyone's a tough guy. Oh, I never give up. Okay, go fight then.
Yeah.
Oh, it turns out you do give up.
I thought I was hard until I went to Storm Gym.
Yeah, everyone.
And that was the truth. Like, I was fighting in pubs. You know, I was fighting in the pubs every fucking weekend thinking I was He-Man. Got to Storm Gym, I got the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah.
And then that's when I thought, you know what, hold on a minute, you're fuck all, mate. You know, and that's genuinely when I realised a lot about myself. And I thought, you know what, I'm not fit, I'm not strong.
Yeah.
I need to come here every fucking day and, you know.
Train. And I'm
Yeah.
glad I spent my 20s training because I can't think of something else.
Why are they trying to do that? It's the same reason they've always done it. For all of human history, if a civilization invaded enemy territory and took over their lands, they would kill all the fighting age males. Killing them was the easiest way to get rid of them. Now you can't just straight up kill all the men who might throw a revolution against you. Kill all the men who might, you know, pick up a gun and walk to the capital and think, you know what, we have to do something about this government. But what you can do is you can pussify them. You can make them so weak, so dependent on porn, video games, you know, because you've crushed their hope of meeting a woman in the real world. You've crushed their hope of getting married and having a family and supporting them on one job and having a wife that's loyal and obedient. So many men need a war, and so many men are at war with their partner, with their sexual partner, with the woman who they're supposed to love. That's their war. They go home and argue with their wife every night. They sleep on the couch. They scream, they shout, they go to their job to get the next paycheck. That's the war that they're engaged in, and they're so engaged that they can't look elsewhere at who their real enemy is. But this is no more than, you know, I say, you know, billionaires don't care about race, they don't care about color, they don't care about gender. If a female Chinese billionaire and a black African billionaire and a white American billionaire all walk into a room, they're all good, they're all cool, they speak money. This is just another way of dividing people on a lower level. So it goes beyond just man and wife and men and women, which is why the media, I think, is so spun so negatively against me and Andrew. I try to empower young men to stay away from toxic people. I'm not talking about toxic women. I will say 9 times on a podcast, look, if your friends are sitting around smoking drugs, if your friends, your male friends, are losers, if your male friends have no ambition, if your male friends are fat and overweight and keep you from going to the gym, stay away from them. And then on the same podcast once, I'll say, yeah, if you have a girl, if you have a woman who, you know, is trying to control you and is overeating and is lazy and doesn't like you going to the gym and is a bit of a slob, you need to cut her off. And it's, oh my God, Tristan's misogynistic. It's selective hearing. I'm trying to teach young men to stay away from low quality people, men and women, male and female. But they'll soundbite the bits where I talk about low quality women, because low quality people of all races, genders, sexes, they exist. And you need to stay away from all of them.
In every single battle, there has to be somebody who charges at the front and perhaps takes the most flack. And perhaps it's the most dangerous to charge in at the front. And that's what I'm doing. And everyone's like, why is Tate involved in this battle? Why is he taking so much shit? Tate has all this money. He could just go on a yacht with a bunch of bitches and run around with a bunch of cars and just have fun. I could do that. The reason I'm doing this is because I believe this war is coming to absolutely every single one of us. You have 2 choices as a man. You either realize the truth about reality and understand how the Matrix is suppressing you and affecting your mind. You either wake up and you are now in battle